What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to look at some of the reviews for Balan Wonderworld on Metacritic. Now, I want to say this very early, and it's very, very important. I'm not picking on you. I'm not attacking you. I'm not saying if you do like this game, then, you know, that makes you a bad person, okay? I'm not saying any of those things. I genuinely want you guys to make your own decisions on this game. And if you are playing this, I know there are a couple people that follow me that have told me that they are playing this game. I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments, or, you know, just kind of reach out to me. I would love to hear about this game. The thing is, there's some weird, sketchy stuff going on about this game. Now, I don't think fake reviews are anything wildly unconceivable to people, right? I know there's always been debate with games in general of not even just actually user scores or user reviews, but also critics, if they're fake, if they're paid off, all that kind of stuff. These have been quote-unquote conspiracies, and I don't think all of them are wrong either. I think there's been a lot of them in the gaming industry and movie industry for a very, very long time. The thing is this, my own personal opinion, the demo for Balan Wonderworld was the worst thing I think I've played maybe my entire life. And I know I exaggerate kind of for fun in a lot of these videos, but I'm not joking with that one. I could not believe how awful, and I don't think I'm in the minority there. There's countless videos on YouTube talking about how pathetically awful that demo is. So, again, let me say this. If you like the game, that's totally cool. I have nothing against that. But in my opinion, for the game to pull a complete 180 from the demo to the game itself, like literally go from the worst game to the best game, seems to me like it would be very difficult to do, okay? I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it didn't happen, because I don't have this game. I was not going to spend money on this game after that demo, but it seems very unlikely. Now, let's go to Metacritic. So this, it's changed a little bit over time, okay? Back on Friday, the game came out, and now nobody reviewed this game. In fact, even right now, there's like only maybe 10, 12 review sites that Metacritic, saw that have reviewed this game. It's actually a very low number, and I think it's sitting at, when I checked, it was a 62 out of 100, or a 6.2 out of 10 for this game. So that's not the worst in the world. That's not a 0. That's not a 1 or a 2 like the demo would be. That's definitely an improvement, okay? So maybe the base game, takes a lot of positive steps. But if we rewind time to Friday, there were 0 reviews. The game couldn't even have a rating on Metacritic because there weren't enough critic sites that reviewed this game. And there were only about 10 or so user scores, and it was at a 95 average. A 95 average. Now, but again, like, this is a little bit different. If you go on it now, it has an 82 or an 8.2, but there are a lot of reviews now, so it does make things a little bit more difficult, or a little bit weirder, because there's 100 positive reviews, 2 mixed, 22 negative. And if you go through it, you'll see there's kind of an issue here. It either gets all 10s or basically 0. Now, yes, there's like a 3 mixed in. I assume that's like an actual person. Actually, the person who gave it a 3 said actual bots giving this rubbish 10 out of 10 review scores. And that's the thing. 100 positives. And when you're scrolling, they are all 10s. There's not any 9s. There's not any 8s. And if there are, they're very few and far between. The overwhelming majority is a 10 out of 10. And then when you get to the negatives, they're basically 0. So there's really no in between. But the interesting thing is a lot of the older reviews, so the ones that came from Saturday, the ones that came from Friday, they are all positive, and they are all 10 out of 10s. The 22 negative and the 2 mixed ones, they've come in recently over the last 2 days. So what does that tell me? What does that tell you? I think this is just an opinion. This is just a theory. Okay, it's just a theory, but I think the people that are giving it scores right now are more of the real people, not the bots, but the real people that are giving this game basically 0s. Now, could they be giving the game 0 to kind of counteract because they're mad that literal bots are giving it a 10? Yeah, maybe. Maybe the game is not literally a 0 out of 10 game, but you see what's kind of happening here. And what's interesting is when you go to the 10 out of 10 ones, there are some really weird ones. They're kind of in broken English, like the sentences don't make sense, although there's some of them funny. Best game ever. I've never cried tears of joy before. And that's the thing. Best game ever, period, the period and I are right next to each other, have never cried tears of joy before playing Balan Wonderworld. And these are just, I don't even know if I'm going to show you guys some of these, but they're just some really weird ones. The best platforming game of 2021. Awesome game, an absolute great platform to play, a must-play for everyone. Amazing game, no lie. Love letter to platforms of old, made by Creative, the best game ever made. So, like, a lot of these are very broken English. I saw one of them that said, like, basically if you dive deep into the game, or if you understand, I think it said mechanics, like if you dive deep into the mechanics of the game, you'll come to like respect it. Like, who on Metacritic is typing these things? You know what I mean? And the answer is nobody. These aren't even things that I say about games, and I wouldn't say I'm a professional reviewer, but I mean, I do talk about games and movies kind of for a living, so I feel like I have enough vocabulary to kind of change things up. These reviews are very odd. They're not written very well. Now that doesn't mean that they have to be fake. Okay, there could just be people that don't know how to spell and pronunciate, on Metacritic, but it just seems kind of odd that the game is either a perfect, literally a 10 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with this game, even though the demo was the worst thing I've ever played in my life, which just, to me, tells me there's 0% chance it went from the demo to a 10 out of 10 game. There's no chance. And while I don't care what critics say, I don't really like it when these are fake reviews. This is misleading because you go online, and if you've never heard of this game before, and that's like a scary thing, right? People do go to Metacritic. So if you've never seen this game before, if you didn't watch these videos that I made or anybody made about how awful the demo was, and you just went in and you're like, okay, I didn't see any of that stuff, I'm just waiting for the game. And then you see, okay, 62 critic score, and then, 82 user score. Well, that's actually, like, they're not that far away. The critic score is mixed, but it's not the worst game of all time. And then the users, oh my God, the users love this game. Well, yeah, that paints that's actually kind of a scary message, because that paints a very that paints a very positive thing, when in reality there's a lot of zeros here, but they're being offset by triple, quadruple the amounts of 10 out of 10s, the majority of which coming over the first 2 to 3 days this game was out, and all sounding very similar to each other, and all having very weird names that, I mean, yeah, people create weird usernames every day, every second of every day, but they're all kind of similar to each other. So it's a little, again, I'm not saying every 10 out of 10 is fake here. I think the majority are, though. I would honestly go so far to say that. So really interesting. I have been covering Metacritic scores. Like, I do videos on this kind of stuff. I've done this for like at least over a year now, and I don't really think I mean, there's been review bombings for sure, but I've never really seen anything to this scale for a game like this before. So this is kind of interesting. Let me know, guys, in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think these are fake? Do you think these are real? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all of these videos go up. And I do a brand new video every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.